across our county last weekend, and now fear they could happen at hospitals and other places long considered safe.
Dozens rally in El Cajon opposing any local cooperation with federal ICE officials.
We had a wet weekend, even some scattered showers earlier today, but what about the rest of tonight? All those details are coming up.
What started the Border 2 fire on Otay Mountain? Or how about the other 6 fires that popped up in San Diego County this past month? We're working for you to get answers.
The city of San Diego considers increasing parking meter rates.
Why do bubbles float and slinkies slink? The USD professor and physics mama.
CBS 8 News live at 6 starts right now.
As we come on the air this Monday night, hundreds of military troops remain stationed near the border in Imperial Beach and Brownfield Airport in Otay Mesa after some of the nation's first deportation flights took off from San Diego. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. This as people in El Cajon are pushing back against the city's efforts to cooperate with federal immigration authorities. We'll have more on that in just a moment, but we begin tonight with CBS 8's Steve Price.
He begins our coverage live at Rady Children's Hospital, where fears of an immigration raid went viral on social media. Steve.
Well, Carlo and Marcella, things got so bad that Rady Children's Hospital actually had to put out their own post on social media letting people know they were not having raids inside the hospital. But you can definitely understand the fear all across the county after we had raids in San Diego this weekend. These pictures from the DEA San Diego division showing just some of the migrants arrested over the weekend across our county.
If you're in the country legally, it's not okay. It's not okay to violate laws of this country.
President Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, spoke this weekend about the raids. Federal agents confirmed 956 arrests on Sunday. Local nonprofits that help migrants say it's not clear how many of those arrests happened in our county. But Homan makes it clear this is just the beginning.
If you're in the country legally, you got a problem. And that's why I'm hoping those who are in the country legally who have not been ordered removed by the federal judge should leave.
The raids are leading to fear. This post on TikTok showing Border Patrol cars outside Rady Children's Hospital going viral, speculating migrants are being rounded up. Rady's released a statement today denying raids were taking place, saying in part, given the heightened sensitivity, it's important for visitors to know that it is not uncommon to see Border Patrol agents and vehicles at the hospital. These agents are seeking care for minors in their custody and not conducting any immigration enforcement actions. But Homan made it clear, schools, churches, hospitals, nothing is off limits when it comes to arrests.
How many MS-13 members are the age of 14 to 17? Many of them. So, look, if it's a national security threat, public safety threat, and what you need to understand is a case by case.
And there's this, U.S. Marines arriving at our southern border near Imperial Beach, local troops working with the Department of Homeland Security to secure the border.
They're down there to create a secure border and lock that border down. And DOD's helped administrations before, but not at this level. So it's a force multiplier, and it's sending a strong signal to the world, our border's closed.
And U.S. Immigration and Enforcement says 1,749 people were arrested today. But Marcella and Carlo, they are not saying exactly how many of those were here in San Diego. We'll send it back to you.
Thanks so much, Steve. Deportation fears are hitting the El Cajon community as the city considers a resolution to cooperate with federal immigration authorities.
And as CBS 8's Brian White shows us, people against the move are making their voices heard.
My community is scared. No to Mayor Bill Wells, no.
Rally organizers voicing their concerns over any cooperation by the city with ICE authorities.
The people united will never be divided.
This is just breaking up families. It's not even bringing us together. We're a community and we're united.
Violet is a community advocate. She says deportations have already started around here. One of her friends was picked up by federal authorities yesterday.
When I got the news that my friend was taken away, it really brought me down. I felt so heartbroken, so helpless. I've been crying all morning.
Border Patrol agents have been spotted around the city as deportation fears are ramping up. Lifelong El Cajon resident Jose Cruz says this resolution will affect everyone, not just undocumented immigrants.
I don't want my wife to get pulled over and be asked for papers. I don't want my kids and myself, because I'm not going to react in a good way if the police stops me and then they ask me for my papers.
Mayor Bill Wells is introducing a resolution to the city council stating their intentions to cooperate with the federal government's efforts to enforce immigration law.
Our police officers are not going to be involved in any kind of deportation whatsoever. What I'm saying is that if somebody commits a crime, we catch them committing a crime, and we also know that they are not a legal citizen, then we should be able to let ICE know what's going on.
California state law says local police cannot communicate with ICE, but Mayor Wells believes federal law in this case supersedes it.
We're in a weird situation where the federal government is saying, hey, if you don't help us, you'll get prosecuted. And you got the state of California says, if you do help them, you'll get prosecuted. So we're in a catch-22.
He believes the issue will ultimately go to the Supreme Court. Meanwhile, people at this rally want their elected officials to reconsider.
We are united and we're strong, and that our voice is loud, and that if they're for this proposal, to know that they will be out of office on their next term.
The city council will take a vote on this at their next meeting tomorrow at 3 p.m. In El Cajon, Brian White, CBS 8.
Thank you, Brian. We are seeing new drone video tonight showing a suspected smuggling boat capsizing just off the coast of Ocean Beach over the weekend. Corey Green shot this video on Saturday. He tells us typically he records surfers in the water, but when he saw the boat between the OB Pier and the jetty, he immediately knew that something was wrong.
I was kind of in shock too at the same time, because I didn't know exactly what was going on, and I was kind of looking around to see if anybody else was kind of witnessing what I was seeing. And I thought to myself, like, hey, I need to kind of capture this because this is kind of crazy.
The U.S. Coast Guard confirms around 20 migrants were on board. San Diego lifeguards were out in the water immediately rescuing people. 2 of them had to be extricated from the cabin of that boat. 1 of them was unconscious. We're told 8 people were taken to area hospitals. Lifeguards are calling on the federal government to do more to try and stop these boats before they reach our beaches. Some much needed rain delivered some slick conditions along San Diego roads this morning.
We saw some crashes earlier today in Mission Valley, El Cajon, and Chula Vista. County health officials say the rain has also led to higher bacteria levels in all of our beaches and bays, so they advise you to avoid swimming, surfing, diving, basically getting in the water. Don't do it on the day that it rains and for 3 days after. The scattered showers and cooler temperatures make today a weather impact alert day.
Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis joins us with more on what's happening out there right now. But boy, loved the change this weekend.
It was a much welcome change, especially when you're talking about fires breaking out every single day last week. So we're getting away from that pattern. Onshore flow picked up. We had a pretty wet weekend. We had some scattered showers earlier today, but things have dried out and will continue to do so as we go into tonight. So when we look at our current radar, we are seeing a few isolated showers right there along the Desert Mountain slopes as the area of low pressure is exiting towards the east. So more expansive view of what's happening across the west. There is that area of low pressure, the storm system that recently moved through, brought in some cold air as mentioned, and then also some scattered shower activity. So what we call is wraparound moisture. It's basically because you have this circulation of low pressure counterclockwise that leads to the potential for a few isolated showers moving from the north towards the south as we go from tonight through tomorrow morning, but those chances are very low. They're below a 10%. So the bulk of that moisture has already moved through, and by the weekend temperatures will start to warm up as we are looking at high pressure building right back in our forecast. So things are quieter, and we'll go ahead and take a look at those rainfall totals that we did get, and was it enough to bring us closer getting out of our deficit? Well, I'll have those details coming up. Marcella.
Thanks so much, Carlene. And remember, for the latest weather conditions and alerts on the go, just download our free CBS 8 app. You can get it on Google Play or Apple's App Store.
Fire crews are still working to get a better handle on the Border 2 fire today, thanks to a stretch of wet weather that Carlene just talked about. That fire has burned more than 6,600 acres, but containment has grown significantly since yesterday, from 10% to 55% contained. First responders are mopping up scattered sections of burning brush, and the flames pose no immediate structure threats, but some evacuation orders remain in place. And we've been getting emails from viewers suspicious of all the recent fires that we've had in such a short period of time.
CBS 8's David Gottfredson asked CAL FIRE if any of our recent fires were arson.
The fire was first reported on Otay Truck Trail, located in a rural area within the Otay Wilderness.
The start of the massive Border 2 fire was captured by a UC San Diego camera at the top of Otay Mountain on Thursday around 2 p.m. The time-lapse video shows the fire quickly spreading from a bushy, remote area. The fire has now burned more than 6,600 acres and is 43% contained as of Monday afternoon.
That area is difficult to access. It's accessed mainly through dirt truck trail systems. That area is full of steep, rocky, mountainous terrain.
The dirt roads on Otay Mountain are mainly used by Border Patrol agents, off-roaders, and migrants crossing the border. The spot where smoke is first seen on the video appears to be in a canyon downhill from Otay Mountain Truck Trail. I asked CAL FIRE Captain Robert Johnson what started the Border 2 fire.
CAL FIRE investigators have been assigned to the incident. They are currently investigating the incident, and the cause of the fire is under investigation.
In January, at least 7 wildfires popped up in San Diego County, including the Border 2 fire, the Lilac fire in Bonsall, the Center fire in Rancho Bernardo, the Paula fire, one in Poway, another in La Jolla, and the Friars fire in Mission Valley. I emailed all the agencies responsible for investigating those recent wildfires, and no one responded with a cause.
A wildland fire investigation sometimes is a long and lengthy process. Investigators take a large area and they'll use fire direction indicators to be able to mark the direction of fire travel.
CAL FIRE told me they have 3 investigators on scene assigned to identify the cause of the Border 2 fire. As far as the official final reports on what caused these fires in San Diego County this month, they may not be released for weeks. At Snapdragon Stadium, David Gottfredson, CBS 8.
Thank you, David. And we just heard back from the chief of the Poway Fire Department. The cause of the Ted Williams Parkway fire on January 20th has been listed as undetermined because no ignition source could be found. But the chief did say that it did ignite near a homeless encampment in that area.
Get ready to pay more when you feed the meter in the city of San Diego. The city council has approved a measure that will increase parking meter fees. Current parking meter charges are between 50 cents and $1.25 an hour, but those rates are going up to as much as $2.50 an hour in some areas. The city has more than 5,300 metered parking spaces. City officials estimate this will generate $4 million through the end of the current fiscal year in September and $9.8 million every fiscal year after that. We're told the new rates will take effect this Saturday, February 1st.
Thousands of postcards are being sent to voters in San Diego County's first supervisorial district this week. They list the voting options for the April 8th special primary election to replace Supervisor Nora Vargas. Multiple South County officials are vying for the seat, including Imperial Beach Mayor Paloma Aguirre and San Diego City Councilwoman Vivian Moreno. Tax season is officially here. We share some tips on what you should do to get your return faster. Still ahead.
Plus, what we're learning about a multi-million-dollar smuggling bust at California ports.
And as people look to rebuild following the LA wildfires, we have a look at the cleanup that needs to happen first after this.